The inquiry into the circumstances surrounding the Life Esidimeni tragedy enters its last week. Family members of those who died in the Esidimeni tragedy shared harrowing details about the conditions in which they found their loved ones last week. On Friday, the sister of one of the Life Esidimeni patients said she was only informed of her brother's death a month after he died. 141 psychiatric patients died after being transferred from Life Esidimeni facilities to unlawful NGOs in 2016. The hearing has also heard testimonies from department officials and caregivers of NGOs admitting to shoddy conditions they placed the patients in. Here's a look at what the arbitration process entails. The arbitrator in this case, retired Chief Justice Dikgang Moseneke, is giving a hearing to both the state and the claimant families. The objective, in some part, is also to facilitate testimony of families about their deep loss, grief, and perhaps find closure. At the end of the proceedings, the arbiter is expected to make a binding award of compensation for the families of the victims, which would be just and equitable. Families are also on the warpath over former Gauteng Health MEC Esidimeni Mahlangu's absence from the proceedings. Mahlangu was not on the list of witnesses set to testify in the alternative dispute resolution hearings, but now pressure is mounting to have the former MEC summoned to testify on her role in this disastrous move of patients. The DA says that it has been confirmed in a report that Mahlangu is studying at the London School of Economics.
There's a report in the City Press and the Rapport newspapers that she's studying at the London School of Economics. So now that we know which university she's at, we can approach university, get her address, because they're obliged to give it if you ask, and then go through the legal process to make sure that she comes back to South Africa and accounts for her actions. It's essential she appears before these hearings. She is the one that's primarily responsible to blame. We want to hear from her herself why she did it and if she's sorry for what she did. But it's not about us, about the public. It's also about the relatives of the deceased patients, and they unanimously want to hear from the former MEC. They, of course, lost the most. And I think that she owes it to the relatives, to the country, to come and explain herself at the arbitration hearing.